Shalom and welcome with Windrnowski. We're now at the end of Chag Matzot, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, in the middle of the Bunny Festival, the Genius Math Feast with 3 days and nights between Friday and Sunday. I don't want to mark, blame, or judge these people. I've been long enough in it myself, but count for yourself and make your research. But yes, I celebrate the death and resurrection of Yeshua, but I do it constantly. Not only once a year. Most people are staring daily in their news upon the sins of this world or smartphones, computer or TV screens, but I rather look upon him who died at the cross every day as a reminder of what he had done and his amazing grace. But this is not my subject now. I want to share a dream, which is very short, and I will try to catch up a little bit with the words, dreams, and visions, and so on. The dream was actually long, but I don't go into the details. So I'm jump now into it. So now in the dream, everything was just full with confusing and chaotic activities, where I myself was more in the background and hardly interacting with other people. Actually, at the beginning, I was more interacting, and with time progressing, less and less, until I was almost in a position of just an observer. But there was one significant thing that drew my attention. In all the chaos, which was actually all over in the dream, I understood all over the world, I looked at 2 coupons which I received as a gift. I don't know who gave them to me, nor at which point in the dream I received them, but I looked at them just to see what's that all about. They were very simple, red with black print. These types you would get from a roll with an individual serial number. It was some sort of entry to a movie in a cinema or theater or whatever show. There was a lot written on this ticket, which I could not all read. And since I knew the dream, I will be busy for a while and have no time to visit the show. I looked on the ticket if there's any expiration date written, and I found it between all the other scribbles. It was not a specific day written, but a month and a year. And I could not really remember or recognize the month correctly. It had to do with the contrast and the numbers. The month was either 05 or 08, so May or August. But the year I could clearly see, and this was 2030. In a dream, I thought, okay, at least I have a little more time to visit the cinema or the theater, and then the dream ended. So when I woke up, I wrote it down and thought about it, and then I realized, hey, the year 2030? Suspicious. We hear that year all over from the politicians and the gurus from all sort of leadership, on the web and whatever, these psychopaths. Later I looked up if I can find a sample of such a ticket somewhere online, and I could find only one that roughly displayed how it looked like and roughly the color. So I marked the position on this print where you see here, where the date was written. Only the type of paper of that sample didn't completely match the one in the dream, only the tone of the red color. Some days later, I was looking for a specific photograph in my arsenal of personal pictures, and I found a picture of a ticket for a ferry we took with our family in 1970. The type of paper and the color match exactly. Only the print in the dream was not vertical, but horizontal, like the online sample. So the interpretation seemed to be not too complicated, but you can make your own, so there are many possibilities. Just a matter how much you put in. The world is a show, everything chaotic and confusing, and there's a coupon or ticket in bloody red, giving an expiry date, 2030 definitely seem to match the plans of the elites. Whether it's May or August, where I could not clearly recognize, that doesn't matter the most. Just 3 months different, or maybe it does. Perhaps these last 3 months are the last month with God's final wrath, where the world is not recognizable anymore. The only thing with 2030 being the final or the very end would be beginning of the tribulation started in 2023, and we are not 25. And by the end of 26 or beginning of 27, somewhere, we would see a big midpoint event in Jerusalem with a man of sin in the rebuilt temple. Who knows if this will happen? Still time to build that building. Whatever the timeline is, but when 2030 shows expired, maybe by a real world war, not a tiny first or second world war, but a real devastating, well, you can make your own interpretation. Whatever. There are many possibilities to have 2030 as a center point of something that expires. But that's all for now. All glory and honor belongs to Yeshua. Amen.